Hello humans, Master Dinnerflex here, bringing you the low quality content you deserve, and today, I'm going to be going over Live Twin Eldlich. Now, there's a lot of, this is for the new format if you couldn't tell, sorry about that, but I decided to play this version for the new format because I wanted to have a game plan against Scythe. And Eldlich is like one of the best game plans against Scythe, because not only can you like grind for multiple turns with traps, but then once you're given a clear turn where you can actually go into your extra deck, I think twins are a really good way to get into that because they're going to snowball all this card advantage and all these interactions very quickly. So that's why I chose this version. I'm not going to get too much more into it. I will say though, this format is terrible. Any format where Droplet is a requirement is a bad format because my truthful, honest, personal opinion is that Droplet is not that great of a card. It is only good when it is a literal necessity, and by that very nature, it's just not very strong, even when it is good. But anyways, any format where Droplet is necessary is a bad format because, like I said. So let's get into the deck list. So we got triple Kissy, triple Lilla, and then just one of each extender. I'm not going hard on the extenders because I'm not trying to do anything with the extenders, unlike most lists. Now, I know I've said you got to play extenders, you got to play use for the extenders, but this version is trying to accomplish something very different from all my other lists. Like, all the pure versions, yeah, you have to find a use for your extenders, because otherwise you're defeating the playstyle of your own deck. But because this is an Eldlich mashup, I decided I'll just cut down on the extenders, play their bare minimum required, and then I'm just using like the twins and the Lich as its own unique deck to try to counter Scythe. And it's actually been working pretty well. I think it's also because the PK Brave deck is like definitely the worst deck playing the Brave package. All the other like adventurer decks are so much better than PK Brave, and it's a long, complicated discussion, and I could go over it in something not a video, but that deck has its own unique flaws that people might not notice on first glance. But so it's just one of each extender, and yes, while Frost is so much better than Treat, I'm not playing that many hand traps, so the draw effect isn't really that relevant, and I just want it to be an extender, because both of these still have the same flaw of not doing anything on their own, so I just cut them down to one each. And then the requirement, Kissy, Kill, and Lilla, well, yeah, it enables OTKs. Its true function is to let Sunny resolve without you having a single card on board, and it is so relevant that you have Kissy, Kill, and Lilla in your deck for that. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it's a brick. But you actually just need to play it if you're playing an actual game of Yugioh. It will come up literally every game. So I would recommend always playing this. And I hate that we always have to play this. But anyways, 2 Golden Lord, and I chose the sexy alternate art. Go get him, King Midas. Yeah, it's Golden Lord. I don't know what else to explain. He's the man. And then 2 Ash and 2 Skullmeister. Yeah, they're low impact hand traps, but at least they're like usable in every situation. And there's so little of them. I guess you could like play 3 Lancia or like 3 Droll, but I just wasn't bothered that much. And the only reason I'm even playing hand traps at all is just because they're monsters for Droplet. That is it. Like, sure, they're like nice to draw with Kissy Kill, any of them, but they're not really here to be hand traps to prevent our opponent from playing. They're just here to make Droplet outlets, and then if you draw into them with a Kissy, then they're actually usable. And then triple Cursed Eldland. Any starter plus Eldland is both Trouble Sunny and Golden Lord Conk Pop, so that's pretty cool. So that's why we're maxing out. Even though there's like a really, really small Eldlich engine in here, this just lets you see as many cards. It lets you see so many cards very quickly. And then Secret Password, Sunny Snitch, and then 2 Home. I don't know why people don't increase the number of this. I see a lot of twin lists, whether it be Pure or Lich, only playing one of these. But every time I watch that deck lose, it's because they're like not drawing engine pieces. It isn't even because they're like getting stopped or overwhelmed. A lot of the time it's because they don't even play. And this card lets you play, so you should play this card. Also, you're playing glitch cards. They're great at discard outlets. Then for Bin Droplet, the card that is unfortunately very necessary this format. And then one Called by the Grave. Even though I don't think hand traps are great this format, Called by the Grave is just a broken trap card. It's a green trap card, which is always like some of the best in the game. And then we got triple Sanguine, only Eldlich I play. And then this is going to look a little weird, and I'll have to explain a little bit. 2 Conch, 1 Hawk. So I wanted to cut these down to the bare minimum possible. That still left me with some game plan when I need to grind through Scythe, or when I need to like actually play an interactive game. Because you don't want to see every single golden land off of Cursed Eldland. You really don't want to do that, so that's why I decided to go to 3 instead of 2. But I didn't do 3 Conch because Hawk Hero has its own really, really nice applications, and it's a lot more, I guess it's like a little more independent, I guess, than Conch, where Conch really just wants you to have the Golden Lord, whereas this is just 1800, and this deck's all about getting little bitch hits in here and there and doing burn. And the 1800 body can be very relevant very quick. But the reason I'm minimizing these is because there are 8 ways to Golden Lord. 2 of this, 3 Eldland and Sanguine. And then there are 3 Golden Lands. The Golden Lands don't do anything without Golden Lord. I don't want to try to use these to incredibly slowly get into Golden Lord. That is so terrible. I'm not even joking. That is literally so bad. So I just decided to minimize them. And even though they're minimized, I didn't want to like go out of my way to pop one of them with Lilla to then banish to get a Sanguine, because that just like wasting card advantage or like reducing your grind game. So I just cut them down to like 2 Conch, 1 Hawk, and I haven't regretted it yet. This is actually like it's so minimal, but it's so effective, which is nice. I actually really like that. Then 1 Evil Twin Challenge. It's effectively a purple spell card, I know, but it's also casually threatening Roar, because you want to keep your twin loop established as long as possible. You really do. And what's really cool about Challenge is if they want to go to attack over both your twins after you like tag out a Sunny, you can use this to effectively re-link into Sunny to pretty much undo their like battle phase, and that's kind of nice. I like that a lot. And Triple Strike, very good trap card. I definitely want to play more traps over the hand traps. If it literally wasn't for Droplet being a necessary evil this format, like droplets and the hand traps wouldn't be in here. They'd just be more traps, honestly. Because like the twins and the Golden Lord, they really complement each other so well. And it's for its like own unique reasons, because they can tag Golden Lands into elixirs. Cursed Eldland just lets you see so many cards in this deck. Like they have a lot of really cool interactions, and like Golden Lord can establish a lot more OTKs with the deck than what was there prior. They just have a lot of cool interactions, but like the Droplet being necessary, as well as the Skull, like having to play the hand traps just for the Droplet, is really annoying. I'm not gonna lie. If we get in a format where it's actually far more playable, I would cut the hand traps and droplets for more trap cards, honestly. Like, they're so nice. Side deck isn't fully complete. It's a new format, so it'll be hard to tell what exactly we're wanting to play. But then for the extra deck, since I'm not really trying to do an extender game, because this isn't the pure version, I just maxed out on each twin. And then 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Unchained Abomination for like all your live twin extra deck, mostly. And that is simply just because Nightmare Phoenix is usable, but it's not ideal, and it doesn't really make sense when you put it fully in context of what you're trying to do with this deck. And then Cerberus is actually just a waste of extra deck space. Don't play that card. And then we have this card. I have talked very well about this card multiple times on my channel, like within like the past week or two. This card is so insane, and it is even more insane in a deck that has an Eldlich engine. This card enables so many OTKs. So if you don't know what it does, it's a Link 3 that says 2+ monsters including a zombie. Well, we're playing Golden Lord, so there's one. And then when it's Link 7, you can target a monster in your opponent's graveyard and special summon it. That effect is relevant, but that's not the main reason why I play it. The main reason is its actual other effect. You can tribute one vampire monster itself, target one monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end phase. So what you do is a lot of OTKs get enabled by having both the twins on board, and you link away one twin and a Golden Lord to summon this, tribute to take that monster, revive the other twin and get its effect, then revive Golden Lord, and you just have game. Like 100% of the time. So this card just enables a lot of OTKs, and it's very, very nice. And the effect to revive out of the graveyard, yeah, well, it locks you into zombies. You're obviously using it in an ideal scenario, where, like, your opponent discarded a Lancia prior, or, like, you outed a Baron and you just want to take it because you know you're not OTKing that turn. So that effect is also relevant. And you can revive one of your twins before it resolves, so the lock doesn't affect you that much. That's another cool application. I think the only thing this card could use is we could use another zombie Link monster that is generic. I think that's the last thing. Like this card's only weakness is there's not a generic zombie Link monster. Because this card is insane. I think it's the most underappreciated card in Battle of Chaos. But its effect to lock into zombies only hurts because there's not like a Link 4 generic zombie or a Link 2 generic zombie. That's like the only thing, and it's so funny. But finally, for the last of the X deck, Gotchi Downer Zeus. Gotchi is far better at establishing Zeus than Sky Cavalry is, because the only time Sky Cavalry is better than Gotchi is if your opponent target negations the XZ, but doesn't destroy it, and your opponent has all their monsters in attack position, but one of those monsters in attack position is less than 2,000 attack. So outside of that very specific scenario, Gotchi is always better, and if it's not better, it's doing the exact same thing. Which is why I think Gotchi is better for establishing Zeus. And yes, while Sky Cavalry is a little more independent than Gotchi, the truth is you're going into both of them just to make Zeus and no other reason whatsoever. So I just went with Gotchi because it's just better at doing it. But that's basically it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It was pretty quick. Hopefully, probably like 12 minutes, honestly. But I just wanted to go over this list real quick, just to give you guys an update on how I would play twins. My opinion of this format is it's terrible, but it should be kind of obvious that it's not great. It just doesn't play very well. I will say, the games you get to play are very fun. It's just that that's the tricky part, is getting to games that you can actually play. The ban list made a strictly worse format, despite the fact that it hit a lot of very degenerate cards, because the last ban list needed to hit, like, pretty much all of these floodgates at the same time. Otherwise, we're just going to be stuck in last format, just with less options. And I think that's going to be exactly what we see here. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching, and remember, Master Influx will take your soul.